There is a moment that most people never talk about. It happens at 2 in the morning, when the house is completely quiet, when everyone else is asleep, when the whole world seems to be resting, but you are lying there, wide awake, staring at the ceiling, with a chest so heavy it feels like someone placed a stone directly over your heart. You are not crying. You are past crying. You are just still, numb, running through the same thoughts you have run through 100 times already tonight. The bills, the phone calls you have been avoiding, the relationship that fell apart and left you wondering if you are even lovable, the job that did not work out, the plan that crumbled, the dream that quietly slipped through your fingers while you were trying your best, while you were genuinely trying your absolute best. And in that silence, a thought creeps in. A thought so dark and so heavy that you are almost ashamed to admit you had it. What if things never get better? If that is where you are tonight, if that is the exact weight sitting on your chest right now, then I need you to stop whatever you are doing and listen to every single word of this. Because this was not a coincidence. You did not stumble onto this video by accident. There are 8 billion people on this earth, and somehow, in this exact moment, in the middle of your pain, in the middle of your confusion, in the middle of your silence, you found this. Or maybe it found you. And I believe with everything in me that God does not waste moments like this. So before you skip ahead, before you scroll away, before the noise of the world pulls you back in, just stay here for a little while. Because what you're about to hear might be the very thing your soul has been waiting to receive for a very long time. Let me tell you something about fear. Fear is not just an emotion. And when fear speaks loudly enough, it starts to sound like truth. It tells you that you are behind, that everyone else has figured it out, that you are the only one still struggling, still stumbling, still trying to hold the pieces of your life together with shaking hands. It tells you that the door closed because you were not good enough, that the relationship ended because you are too broken to be loved, that the money problems keep coming because you are cursed, because you are unlucky, because somehow the universe has decided that peace and abundance are simply not meant for someone like you. And here is what makes fear so dangerous. It is patient. Fear does not shout at you all at once. It whispers. It plants one small doubt, and then it waters it, slowly, quietly, until that one doubt grows into a forest so thick that you cannot see the sky anymore. You cannot see the light. You cannot see the way forward. All you can see are the trees, the shadows, and the darkness pressing in from every direction. That is where anxiety lives, not in the big dramatic moments, but in the quiet, ordinary, everyday spaces of your life. In the grocery store, when you check your bank balance and feel your stomach drop. In the parking lot after a hard conversation, where you sit in your car for 20 minutes because you cannot face going back inside yet. In the middle of a crowded room, where you are surrounded by people, but feel more alone than you have ever felt in your life. I want to talk to you about loneliness for a moment. Not the kind of loneliness that comes from being physically alone. The deepest loneliness is the kind that finds you in a room full of people. It is the feeling of laughing at the right moment, saying the right things, performing the version of yourself that the world expects to see, while something inside you quietly aches, while something inside you whispers that nobody here truly knows you, that if they saw the real you, the scared you, the broken you, the doubting you, they would leave. So you keep performing, you keep saying, "I'm fine," when someone asks, because explaining the truth feels like too much. Because you have learned that people have their own problems. Because you have been told, directly or indirectly, that your pain is inconvenient. And so you carry it alone, and it gets heavier, and the nights get longer, and the questions get louder. Where is God in all of this? Is he even listening? Does he see me? Does he care? I want to answer that question, not with religious words, not with a sermon, but with truth. Real, raw, honest truth. Yes, he sees you. Not a watered-down, distant theological version of seeing. He sees you. The specific you. The you that woke up this morning already tired. The you that smiled through something that was breaking you on the inside. The you that prayed the same prayer again last night, not because you were certain he was listening, but because you had nowhere else to turn. The you that is watching this video right now with eyes that have seen too much disappointment and a heart that still, somehow, refuses to completely give up. That heart, that stubborn, bruised, still beating heart of yours. God put that fight in you, and he has not forgotten about it. There is a verse in the Bible that I want you to sit with for a moment, not just hear, but actually feel. Psalm 23. Most people have heard it at funerals. Most people associate it with death. But I want you to understand what it is actually saying, because this ancient text was written for people who are exactly where you are right now. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. That word shepherd is not passive. A shepherd does not just observe his flock from a distance. A shepherd moves with the flock. A shepherd knows every single sheep by name. A shepherd loses sleep over one lost sheep, while 99 are safe. A shepherd uses his staff, not just to guide, but to fight off predators. A shepherd will wade through mud, climb over rocks, and descend into dark valleys to bring a struggling sheep back to safety. And you, in all of your uncertainty, in all of your fear, in all of your wandering, you are not lost to him. You are never lost to him. He knows exactly where you are. He knows the valley you are walking through right now. He has been in this valley before you arrived. And the fact that you are still here, the fact that you are still breathing, the fact that you are still searching, still seeking, still watching videos like this one at the edge of your strength. That is not weakness. That is your shepherd holding you up. Let me be more specific, because God's protection is not always thunder and lightning. It is not always the dramatic rescue. Sometimes, his protection looks like something you never expected. It looks like the job you did not get. It looks like the relationship that ended. It looks like the door that slammed shut in your face. It looks like the plan that fell apart at the last possible moment. I know how that sounds, because when you are in the middle of it, it does not feel like protection. It feels like punishment. It feels like rejection. It feels like abandonment, and the pain of it is absolutely real. I am not asking you to pretend it does not hurt, but I want you to consider something. Have you ever looked back on something in your life, something that felt devastating at the time, something you cried over, prayed over, begged God to change, and realized, months or years later, that it was the greatest mercy he ever showed you? That the relationship ending saved you from a life that would have slowly destroyed you. That the job you did not get pushed you toward the path you were actually created for. That the city you had to leave led you to the people who would become your truest community. God's protection is not always a wall that keeps danger out. Sometimes it is a door that closes before you walk into something that would have taken everything from you. Sometimes the rejection you are experiencing right now is the most loving thing he could possibly do for you. Rejection is redirection. Closed doors are divine navigation. What feels like the end of the road is sometimes just a turn you did not see coming. And I know that is hard to hold on to in the dark. I know that faith feels thin when your bank account is empty and the rent is due, and you cannot see any way forward. I know that trust is difficult when you have trusted before and been hurt. I know that hope feels almost foolish when disappointment has become such a familiar companion. But here is what I know about God. He is not finished with you yet, not even close. Let me talk about money for a moment, because this is one of the places where fear takes hold the fastest, and where shame runs the deepest. There is a particular kind of stress that comes with financial struggle that is unlike any other. It is not just the practical problem of not having enough. It is the spiritual weight of feeling like you have failed, like you did something wrong, Like everyone else has figured out this basic thing called survival, and you somehow miss the lesson. You check your account and feel your heart sink. You look at the number and feel a wave of something between panic and despair wash through you. You think about the calls you need to make, the conversations you have been putting off, the people you owe, the promises you made and could not keep, and somewhere underneath all of that, you feel a deep, aching shame that you would never say out loud. I am not enough. I cannot provide. I am failing. Can I speak directly to that shame for just a moment? You are not a failure. The fact that you are struggling financially does not mean you are cursed. It does not mean God has forgotten you. It does not mean you lack worth or value or purpose. Money problems are one of the most universal human experiences that have ever existed. Some of the greatest people who have ever lived, people of extraordinary faith and extraordinary destiny, went through seasons of profound financial difficulty. Abraham left his homeland with no clear plan and no guarantee of provision. David hid in caves, running for his life, without a palace, without a kingdom, without certainty. The disciples left their nets, their income, their security, and followed a man who told them that foxes have holes and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head. Financial difficulty is not a sign of God's absence. Sometimes, it is the very terrain through which He teaches you the kind of trust that comfort never could. Because it is easy to trust God when everything is going well, when the account is full, when the job is stable, when the future feels certain. Anybody can have faith in a comfortable season. But the faith that moves mountains, the faith that changes everything, the faith that becomes a testimony so powerful it sets other people free, that faith is forged in the fire. That faith is built in the valley. That faith grows in the dark. And I want you to understand something about this season you are in right now. The pressure you are feeling, it is not destroying your roots. It is deepening them. Every time you choose to trust when you cannot see the way forward, your roots go deeper. Every time you get up after being knocked down, your foundation becomes stronger. Every time you refuse to let go of your faith, even when everything in your circumstances screams at you to abandon it, something is being built inside you that no storm will ever be able to take away. You are not just surviving this season, you are being formed by it. Let me talk about relationships. Because so many people who are watching this right now are carrying wounds from people they loved. Maybe it was a marriage that ended. Maybe it was a friendship that dissolved without explanation. Maybe it was a parent who was never present in the way you needed them to be. Maybe it was someone you gave everything to, who took it all and left without a word. Maybe it was a community, a church, a group of people you trusted deeply, who hurt you in ways that still sting when you think about it. Relational wounds are some of the deepest wounds a person can carry. Because we were not made for isolation, we were made for connection. And when connection fails us, when the people who are supposed to be safe become the source of our greatest pain, it does not just hurt emotionally. It reshapes the way we see the world. It makes us cautious. It makes us guarded. It makes us hold people at arm's length because the alternative, letting them in, feels too dangerous. And sometimes, in the quiet of the night, you grieve those relationships. Even the ones you know were not good for you. Even the ones you know you had to leave. You grieve the version of them you hoped they would become. You grieve the future you imagined. You grieve the family gathering that will never happen, the phone call that never came, the apology that was never offered. And grief is not weakness. Grief is the evidence of love. And God sees every single tear you have shed over those losses. The Bible does not say that God records your fears, or your achievements, or your failures. It says He stores your tears. He keeps them. Every one of them matters to Him. You have not been grieving alone. You have never been grieving alone. And even in the wounds left by other people, God's hand has been working. Because sometimes, the people who hurt you most were not in your story to stay. They were there to teach you something you could not have learned any other way. To reveal a strength you did not know you had. To push you toward a version of yourself that was only possible on the other side of that pain. The person who betrayed you did not end your story. They just ended a chapter. And the best chapters of your story are still being written. Let me talk about overthinking, because for some of you watching this, the struggle is not just external circumstances. The loudest battle is the one happening inside your own mind. You replay conversations. You analyze interactions from 3 weeks ago, trying to figure out if you said something wrong. You create entire worst-case scenarios in your head, and then spend hours trying to navigate situations that have not even happened yet. You build prisons in your imagination, and then wonder why you feel trapped. Anxiety is a liar, and it is a very, very convincing one. It takes real circumstances and extrapolates them into catastrophe. It takes one piece of bad news and builds a narrative of total and complete ruin around it. It takes your deepest fears and presents them as certainties. You are going to lose everything. This is never going to get better. Everyone has given up on you. You are too far gone. And I want you to hear something from a place deeper than logic and reasoning, from a place that can only be reached when you slow down and breathe. Those thoughts are not prophecy. They are not God's voice. They are not truth. They are fear wearing the costume of reason, and they do not get to have the final word over your life. The God who spoke galaxies into existence, who placed every star in the sky by name, who formed you in the secret place and wove purpose into the very fabric of who you are. That God did not bring you this far to abandon you now. He brought you through the last hard season, and the one before that, and the one before that. You are still here, which means He is not done. And here is what He is asking of you right now. Not perfection, not a flawless faith that never wavers, not the ability to see the whole picture. He is asking for just one thing. Trust Him with today, not tomorrow, not next month, not next year, just today, just this moment, just this breath. Cast all your anxiety on Him, because He cares for you. Not some of your anxiety, not the manageable, socially acceptable anxieties, all of them. The embarrassing ones, the shameful ones, the ones you have never said out loud, the ones you are almost afraid to bring to God because they feel too small, or too big, or too complicated. Bring them all. He can hold every single one. I want to tell you about something that happens in the darkest moments of a person's life. Something that rarely gets talked about. When everything has been stripped away, when the career falls apart, when the relationship ends, when the money runs out, when the plan fails, when the community disappoints, when the health news is bad, when the future looks terrifying and uncertain, there is a moment. A still, quiet, almost imperceptible moment, where something in you has to make a decision. Will I let this break me, or will I let this make me? Not in the motivational poster sense, not in the good vibes only toxic positivity sense, but in the deep, spiritual, bone-level sense of the word. Because there are two kinds of people who walk through suffering. There are people who come out of it harder, colder, more closed, more cynical, more afraid, who look at what they have been through and decide that the world is cruel, that people cannot be trusted, that hope is for fools, that faith is a fantasy. And there are people who come out of it softer, more open, more compassionate, more rooted, more certain of the things that truly matter, who look at what they have been through and say with a quiet, unshakable conviction, God was with me in that. He carried me through that. And if He did it then, He will do it again. The difference between those two outcomes is not circumstance. It is not intelligence or strength or luck. It is a choice that is made, often daily, sometimes hourly, to look at the darkness and say, you do not get to have me. You do not get to define me. I belong to something greater than this moment. That choice is called faith. And faith is not the absence of fear. Faith is the decision to move forward anyway, with the fear in your hand, trusting that the one who called you will see you through. I want to talk to you about the wicked for a moment. And by that, I do not mean cartoon villains. I mean the people in your life who have lied about you, who have taken from you, who have worked against you, undermined you, belittled you, tried to dim your light because their own darkness couldn't bear to see it burning. I mean the coworker who sabotaged you, the boss who dismissed you unfairly, the person who spread rumors, the one who stole your idea, the one who smiled to your face and worked against you behind your back. Maybe you are angry at them right now. Maybe you are confused. Maybe you cannot understand how people like that seem to get away with it, how they seem to succeed while you are struggling, how they seem unbothered while you are carrying the consequences of their choices. The ancient scripture says something about this that I need you to hear. Do not fret because of those who are evil, or be envious of those who do wrong. For like the grass, they will soon wither, like green plants they will soon die away. Their season is temporary. Their empire is built on sand. What looks like victory for them right now is not what it appears to be. What looks like their success, their comfort, their seeming immunity from consequences is a limited, fragile, temporary thing. And the foundation beneath it is already cracking in ways they cannot see. You who have kept your integrity when it would have been easier to compromise. You who have refused to lie even when the truth cost you. You who have stayed humble even when pride would have been more comfortable. You who have kept your faith even when doubts surrounded you on every side. The scripture says your foundation is solid ground. It says that those who trust in the Lord will be like trees planted by streams of water, which yield their fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prospers. Your season is coming, and when it arrives, it will be something that was built to last. Not flash, not performance, not the hollow, brittle success that crumbles under pressure. Something real, something lasting, something that no person, no circumstance, no economic downturn, no betrayal, and no closed door can ever take away from you. I want to shift now to something gentler, something softer, something I think your soul has been starving for. Rest. Not just physical rest, though your body needs that too, but the deeper rest, the soul rest, the kind that the Bible describes when it says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Not after you have fixed everything, not after the money comes through, not after the relationship is healed, not after the career takes off, not after the circumstances change. Now, right now, in the middle of the mess, in the middle of the uncertainty, in the middle of the fear and the unanswered questions, and the plans that have not yet come together. God is not waiting for your life to be sorted out before He offers you peace. He is offering you peace inside the chaos. It does not make sense to the part of your brain that is trying to solve everything. It does not come from understanding the full picture. It does not arrive when all your problems are resolved. It arrives when you surrender. And I know surrender is a terrifying word, because we live in a world that tells us to fight harder, hustle more, push through, power up, never stop, never slow down, never show weakness. But surrendering to God is not giving up. It is the bravest, most courageous, most powerful thing a human being can ever do. It is saying, I cannot carry this alone. I was never meant to. You are bigger than this problem, and I am going to trust that you are moving even when I cannot see it. It is releasing your white-knuckled grip on the outcome and opening your hands to whatever God has planned. And when you do that, when you genuinely, honestly, vulnerably do that, something happens. It is not always instant. It is not always dramatic. But something inside you shifts. Some tension you did not even realize you were holding begins to slowly loosen. And for the first time in a long time, you can breathe. It is late now. Or maybe it is early. Maybe you are reading this at the edge of midnight, or in the gray of the early morning hours, when everything feels both more hopeless and more honest than it does during the day. And I want to speak to you specifically in this moment, because the nighttime has a way of amplifying everything. The fears get louder, the doubts feel more certain, The loneliness becomes more acute, the problems feel more permanent, and the bed that is supposed to be a place of rest becomes a battlefield of thoughts you cannot turn off. Can I tell you something that I believe with absolute certainty? God does not sleep. He who watches over you will not slumber. He who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. Which means that right now, in this exact moment, while the world is quiet and still and dark, and while your mind is running through the same fears it has run through 100 times, you are being watched over. You are being held. You are being protected by something so much greater than any lock on a door or any human comfort or any earthly security system. The same God who holds the stars in their courses, who tells the ocean where to stop, who numbers every hair on your head, who knew your name before your parents ever whispered it. He is watching over you right now, and he is not anxious about your situation. He is not wringing his hands trying to figure out how to help you. He is not overwhelmed by the complexity of your circumstances. He is not uncertain about your future. He has already seen the end of this story, and he is not worried. Which means, in this moment, maybe you do not have to be worried either. Maybe tonight, for the first time in a long time, you can close your eyes and let something other than fear be the last thing in your mind. Maybe tonight, you can exhale the weight of everything you have been carrying and allow yourself to rest inside the safety of his watch. Maybe tonight, you can sleep. Not because everything is fixed, not because all the answers have come, but because you are not the one responsible for fixing everything. You never were. He is, and he is more than capable. There is a turning that happens in a person's life when they stop running from God and start running toward him. It is not always a dramatic mountaintop moment. Sometimes it is quiet. Sometimes it is barely visible from the outside. Just a decision made in the privacy of a heart that has finally exhausted every other option, to say, okay, I surrender. Not because I understand, not because it makes sense, not because the fear is gone, but because you are God, and I am not, and I need you. That moment changes everything. Not all at once, not immediately, but like the first barely visible crack of light in the eastern sky before the full dawn, something begins. The fear does not disappear, but it loses its authority over you. The problems do not all vanish, but you begin to see them differently. The uncertainty does not evaporate, but you find within it a strange, quiet confidence that you are going to be okay. Not because you have figured it all out, but because you know the one who has. And this is what I want you to take with you from this moment. Not a list of things to do, not a theological argument to win, not a formula for getting God to give you what you want. Just this: you are not alone. You have never been alone. Not in the hardest moment, not in the most confusing season, not in the darkest night, not in the most shameful memory, not in the most terrifying uncertainty. God has been there. He is here now, and he will be there in everything that is still coming. He has gone before you into every day that you have not yet lived. He has already made a way in the wilderness you cannot yet see. He is already working in the silence while you wait. He is already using the pain that feels utterly purposeless to build something extraordinary in you and through you. I want to talk about purpose for a moment, because I believe that is one of the deepest wounds that many people carry. Not just the question of whether God sees them, but whether their life means anything. Whether the suffering is just random chaos, or whether there is something larger being woven together in the background. Whether the pain has a point. And I want to tell you with every ounce of conviction I have, that your life is not an accident. You were not mass-produced. You were handcrafted. Every experience you have had, the beautiful ones and the devastating ones, every relationship, every failure, every breakthrough, every loss, every unexpected gift, every broken dream, and every realized hope, it has all been part of a tapestry that is still being woven. And cannot judge a tapestry by looking at the back of it. From the back, it looks like tangled threads, knots, disconnected colors, no discernible pattern, chaos. But from the front, from the vantage point that God holds, it is breathtaking. Beautiful valley. And one day, not necessarily in this life, but absolutely in the fullness of His plan, you will see what He has been doing. You will understand what the valley was for. You will see why the door had to close. You will recognize the divine thread running through every moment of your story, even the moments that felt most random, most painful, most devoid of meaning. And you will know with a certainty that goes deeper than any intellectual understanding that you were loved every single step of the way, that you were never just surviving, you were always becoming. I want to speak now as if God Himself were leaning close to you in this moment. Not to put words in His mouth, not to pretend I have a direct line to divine speech, but because I believe that the Spirit of God moved through everything, through music, through nature, through a word spoken at exactly the right moment, by exactly the right voice. And if there is any chance that this is one of those moments for you, then let these words land where they need to land. I see you. Not the version of you that you present to the world, not the polished, capable, has-it-together version, not the performance. I see you, the one underneath all of that, the one who is tired, the one who is scared, the one who has been wondering if I am real, if I am good, if I truly care. I do, more than you have the capacity to understand right now. I have not forgotten the dream I placed in you before you were born. I have not abandoned the plan I have for your life. I have not moved on to someone more worthy, because there is no hierarchy of worthiness in my love. You are not on a waiting list. You are not second tier. You are not the one I got to after everyone else. You are mine. And everything that has happened, the doors that closed, the plans that failed, the people who left, the seasons that felt utterly without hope, it has all been in my hands. Not because I cause all pain, but because I redeem it. I take what was meant to break you, and I use it to build something that was never possible before. You have been in training, not in punishment. You have been in preparation, not in abandonment. And the very thing that feels like your greatest limitation right now is about to become the platform for your greatest testimony. So do not give up. Not today. Not tonight. You are so much closer than you know. I need you to hear this next part with the deepest part of your being. The enemy of your soul knows exactly what God has placed inside you. And fear, anxiety, discouragement, despair are not random. They are targeted. They are aimed precisely at the people who carry the greatest potential, the greatest calling, the greatest capacity to change the world around them. The darkness does not waste its ammunition on people who have already given up. It attacks the ones who are still fighting. Which means if you are in a battle right now, if the fear is loud, and the doubt is aggressive, and the circumstances seem designed to make you quit, take that as a sign. Not that you are losing, but that you are dangerous. Dangerous to everything that has tried to keep you small and silent and still. You are someone whose story, when it is told, will set others free. You are someone whose breakthrough, when it comes, will give someone else permission to believe that their breakthrough is possible too. Your testimony is still being written, and it is going to be extraordinary. So I'm asking you to do one more thing. Not a big thing, not a complicated thing. Just one small act of faith in this moment. Decide to trust Him for one more day. Not forever, not for the whole unknowable future. Not until all the questions are answered and all the fears are resolved. Just one more day. Get up tomorrow morning and say out loud if you can, God, I do not understand what you are doing. I cannot see the path ahead, but I am choosing again today to trust that you are good and that you are with me and that your plan for my life is something worth waiting for. That is it. That is the whole assignment. And if you can do that tomorrow, do it the day after, and the day after that. And before long, You will look up and realize that the fear that once felt absolutely suffocating has begun to lose its grip. That the darkness that seemed impenetrable has been quietly but consistently pushing back against the light you have been carrying inside you. That somewhere along the way, without you fully noticing when it happened, your faith became stronger than your fear. There is a peace that waits for you on the other side of surrender. Not the peace of having everything figured out, not the peace of financial security or perfect relationships or a flawless life, but the peace that Paul wrote about from inside a prison cell, the peace that passes all understanding, the peace that guards your heart and mind with something stronger than any wall, any gate, any army. The peace of knowing that you are known, that you are loved, that you are held, that no matter what comes next, no matter how fierce the storm or how long the night or how impossible the situation appears, there is a God who spoke the universe into being and who is actively, personally, lovingly involved in the details of your one specific life. That is not a small thing. That is the most staggering, most beautiful, most hope-giving reality in the entire universe. And it is yours. Not someday, not when you have earned it, not when you have prayed enough, or believed enough, or fixed enough. Right now. It is yours right now, and I want to leave you with this. The night is always darkest just before the dawn. That is not just a poetic saying, it is physical truth. The hour just before sunrise is measurably the coldest, the darkest, the quietest. Every living thing seems to hold its breath. And then the light comes. It always comes. It has come every single morning, for every single day since the beginning of creation, without fail, without exception, without missing a single dawn. And no matter how long your night has been, morning is coming for you. God's mercies are new every morning. Not old mercies recycled, new ones, fresh ones, specifically designed for the exact day that lies ahead of you. And when that morning comes, and you look back at this season, you will see something that you could not possibly see right now from inside the darkness. You will see the hand of God in every moment, every single one, and you will stand in the light of your breakthrough and say with tears running down your face and something unbreakable rising up in your chest, "He was faithful. He never left me. He saw me the whole time, and He brought me through." If this video touched something real inside you today, I want you to do something right now. Hit that like button, not because it matters to an algorithm, but as an act of agreement, as a declaration that yes, you receive this, and yes, you choose to believe that God is still working on your behalf. And in the comments below, I want you to type 3 words: I trust God. Not because everything is fine, but because you are choosing in this exact moment to trust Him anyway. Let those words be your declaration. Let them be the stake you drive into the ground of this day and say, "This is where I stand." And if you are not subscribed to Holy Whisper America yet, please do that right now. Because every single week we come back here to this quiet place to remind you of the truth that the noise of the world tries so hard to drown out, that you are seen, that you are loved, that you are not alone, and that the God who created everything is actively, tenderly, powerfully at work in your story. Come back here whenever the fear gets loud, whenever the night feels too long, whenever you need to remember what is true. We will be here. And as you close this video, as you go back into your day or settle into your night, carry this with you. You are not unprotected. You are not unnoticed. You are not unloved. You are held by hands that were pierced for you, guided by a shepherd who would leave everything to find you, covered by a peace that this world did not give, and that this world cannot take away. Walk forward. God has already gone ahead of you.